Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to a brand new Fallout 76 video. So, let's take a look at a few very cool camps today, and we've got a couple that are in a more conventional mould, and one that is very much unconventional. So, let's jump in and take a look, shall we? Okay, camp number 1, right up at the top of the Savage Divide, with a cool view out over the Toxic Valley, on the cliff edge here, coming from Eldritch Equations. Definitely liking this one. It's a nice little compact build with some cool little features to it. To admit, first time I came here, I didn't even notice those turrets. I think possibly because they're blending into the overcast sky a little bit. Also, my eye was drawn to other bits and pieces, but yeah, don't know if those would be entirely necessary at this point. I don't know what this area is like for attacks, but they are there. Nice little bits of decoration out front. Do you have to be careful when you're building in spots like this for your fast travel arrival point? Because you tend to appear on the northeastern side of your camp. In this case, that puts you down at the bottom of a cliff, so you have to climb up to this place. I like that this place has got the brick set out, the base game brick set for its build. It's something that I haven't seen a lot of use of lately, and it's one of the better sets for the base game that you don't have to get from either the Atomic Shop or a season, so it's a good choice, that. However, this rustic greenhouse set is very much an Atomic Shop set, and yeah, adds for a nice little room on the side there for you to enjoy your hot tub and enjoy the view over the Appalachian Mountains. A little surprised I didn't use the glass roofs that come with it, though. That's an interesting choice, but fine. I might have added a little bit more decoration in there, particularly around the hot tub, some plants and things like that to give it a bit more of a tropical vibe, maybe. As those things do tend to look a little bit bare to me, but each to their own. Got the essentials out by the front door, so you can just drop off your scrap and craft some ammo quickly if you need to. It's a very practical design. And our decoration in here is very much Fallout 76 camp, in air quotes. Because it's a house, it's a home, it's got all those usual bits like a kitchen, a lounge area, bathroom, bedroom, but it's also dominated by crafting stations and all the essentials required for living in Fallout 76. Coffee machine for that action point boost, for example. I like the decoration in here. There's nice little bits of detail. There's just subtly done bits of merging here and there as well that add extra little bits of detail and colour and sort of extra bits of practicality as well, which is nice. But we've got a kitchen here that, rather than using the kitchen set, which we see a lot of, and we will see in the next build as well, it's just built around the necessary workbenches. So you've got the brewing station, a cooking station, and a chemistry station here. And it works quite nicely. Got the cooler merged in there. Yeah, it definitely says kitchen in kind of an old school vibe. It's tucked in quite neatly and you've got little bits of detail. It works well, that, I think. We'll head out into the living room space. Got a few bits on display, got a few more workbenches where you can reach them nice and easy. I feel like the stuff on that display there, the sideboard, really needs to be a bit bigger though. Those specific objects are a bit small for the space they're in and they kind of disappear a bit, I think. Nice little lounge space, some weights on display. I am wondering why weights, why dumbbells on display there. Well, perhaps they're a strength build. But very much a cool little living space with just little snippets of detail here and there, like the plushie on the top of the locker there. Nice little bathroom on the side. I like the ship doors as bathroom doors. They also take up less room, so they're kind of good in that regard. This sink is the one bit I might have done a little bit differently. Otherwise, the space works pretty well, and works quite nicely to add a different kind of angle on the outside of the building as well. But the merge on that sink, I think, kind of draws too much attention to itself. So, we're going to head on through to the bedroom, and lots of little bits of detail here, but again, not overdone, works quite nicely. Like this a lot. Kind of little bits of detail. The bed is a bit strange to me, though. In fact, you kind of walk past it on your way to another area. The kind of bed in a corridor vibe, I don't quite get that for me. It works, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just a bit odd to me. We've got the basic, this is, I think, a Season 2 reward, the greenhouse set in here. It does come up on the Atomic Shop now. The other greenhouse walls used in here to give us a nice view. Well, nice is probably not the right word, as we head out to this outcrop of rock. Which, we've got the skeleton on the chair there that's always in this spot. And it does give you an epic view, shall we say, over the Toxic Valley. I feel like calling it nice when the word toxic is in the name of the area is a bit of a contradiction in terms, but it's definitely an epic view over the Toxic Valley there. see sort of over all three of the valleys that comprise the region, which is quite cool. Yeah, nice little bits of detail. Got a full bobblehead stand, always cool. Just little snippets on the desk there. And a safe underneath for a stash box, works quite nicely. And head back on through. And each time you look, there's just another little something to spot, but it's not too much. It's a nice balance been struck in this camp, I think. Especially as it's quite small, so you could easily go down the cluttered road if you wanted to do that. In this case, it's leaning just about in that direction, but just stopping just this side of cluttered, I think. And it works quite nicely. Lots of little bits that I do like the flowers in the vase on the table there and stuff like that. Just nice little touches for a really cool starting camp, or first camp for today's video. Yeah, you've got the little cappy down there, just little bits and pieces all over the place that work really, really nicely. Very, very cool first entry. Camp number 2. This is another house type build and going a little bit more on the house and a little bit less on the camp side of things, although the essentials are here. We're down at the White Springs, and this one has a big old number. And honestly, I'm not sure if that's the game wigging out and replacing the name with a number, which it does on occasion, or if that's actually their name. So, big old question mark there. But this camp is quite cool. I've got to say, I don't like the location. I don't think there's any camp ever looks like it belongs if it's placed at the White Spring, and the frame rates are always terrible. So I would recommend not building here. It's such an obvious place. Everybody, well, a lot of people build here, but it does suffer for its location in my view. However, the build is really cool. The house is a really interesting shape. I like that they've used the brick wallpaper on, and they've double-sided the walls to get that wallpaper on the outside. Nice little crafting space here using the pavilion stuff. The pavilion combined with the ivy, the wall ivy, works really, really nicely as well. Makes it feel a little bit more enclosed, but not too much at the same time. Goes quite nicely over the wallpaper on the walls there, on the outer surface. It's a good combination, the ivy climbing up the brick. And come around the side to a little power armor spot here. This is, well, it's a display more than a crafting space, so I don't think I've spotted a power armor crafting space here. Maybe they don't use power armor. And they've just got it there as a display, which is fine. It looks nice. I really like seeing this pier, isn't it? It's a pier piece that's up in the air like that. It creates an interesting roof, and it's just a bit different. Not entirely sure about the projector out on the patio there. Fine until the weather goes to pot, I guess. But nice little addition, and you really see that the house here is a different shape. Or uses a number of different shapes, rather. You've got sloped roofs, different heights, and going in different directions. You've got corners cut off, you've got bits sticking out, and like we've got the conservatory, I suppose that is, sticking out there. That is, again, using different textures to make things a bit more interesting. It's really nice. It's a clean build that works well. To be fair, I would say one argument in favour of building at the White Spring is if you're going to do a clean build, most places really don't suit clean as a vibe around the map, and the White Spring is the closest you're going to get to that. This decoration inside is, again, very, very clean. Looks really cool. Got lots of detail, but not too much again, much like with the last camp. It says to me somebody who can't quite let go of their days in the vault, which, again, with some of the decoration we'll see upstairs in a minute, really kind of keeps that vibe. But that's fine. It's an interesting kind of thematic idea, I guess. I assume that was the tone they were going for. Using the new clean kitchen set here, which we see a lot of. I really do want to see a dirtier, broken version of this, as well as matching cooking stations that snap in, please. Thank you, Bethesda. Nice little bathroom here. I'm not sold on curtains in the bathroom. I know they match everything else, which is probably why it's been done, but curtains in the bathroom, over the window specifically, is a bit of an odd choice to me. Stick with just the blinds. Although, as we look around the rest of this place, we've got blinds and curtains combined on the walls here, which I'm guessing is a bit of flamethrower work. It works nicely. It's a nice effect. It's not clipping too much either, just a little bit at the top there, but those particular curtains hang far enough away from the walls to kind of make that not too bad. It's a good effect, that. Looks cool. And nice little conservatory space in here to hang out if you so desire. Nice little bit of decoration in there. I like that. Odd mix of stuff, though. You've got 2 rustic walls and 2 clean ones. Didn't notice that before. Interesting. I do like these red kind of parquet almost floors. They're quite cool. I don't get a lot of reason to use them because they're so clean, but yeah, they're quite nice. This staircase is one I've seen people do a number of times before, building stairs out of benches, and it works if you kind of jiggle your way up it. I'm guessing this upstairs area is built using roofs rather than floors, because otherwise it wouldn't snap into place with no stairs, but yeah, a nice little bedroom on a kind of mezzanine area. It's cozy and compact, but it works. Sits nicely over the rest of the place. Some nice decoration. Definitely, again, clinging onto that, can't quite give up the vault vibes with the vault suits in the corner, as well as the vault tech covers and the vault blue everywhere. The vault tech blue. But it works quite nicely. Yeah, looking at the floor, I think it is a roof rather than a floor, and it works nicely. Staircase works much better on the way back down. There are other options that you can use that would take up a similar amount of space. The Prickett's Fort's staircase from that set. I don't know if it's available if you didn't get it from the season, actually. But that would also sit in a single floor space and allow you to turn the corner. Not the easiest to navigate around, but still a cool addition these days if one wanted to do that, instead of building a staircase out of benches. Yeah, I like this building. It's a cool shape. The decoration is on point, and yeah, a nice little camp. Okay, for camp number 3, this is a little bit different, and we are heading down to Summersville Lake. I know the map doesn't make it look like we are there. We're actually out on the lake bed. The marker, as usual, is a bit south. This one's coming from Ken, and a lot of 0s and 9s. This is really, really cool. Quite obviously, they have built a baseball diamond, and yeah, not what you'd call a law-friendly camp, not least of all because it's in the middle of a dried lake bed, but nonetheless, structurally in particular, this is such a cool thing that I absolutely had to show it off. And as a functional camp, and in terms of its decoration, there's a couple of areas could maybe have a bit more work, assuming there's any budget left, actually. I have no idea how much budget a build like this uses. I don't really have much frame of reference for that sort of thing. But nonetheless, the results are striking, impressive, and very, very cool. I've got a decent little dugout here with little bits of decoration, kind of give you that impression that there's advertising going on back there, which I imagine there certainly would be. Not knowing much about baseball, and even less about baseball stadiums outside of, Diamond City, my frames of reference and stuff are a bit limited. I feel like the stands are maybe a little small, but they work really, really nicely with the billboards behind them, and they fit to that. So I can see why they went with that one. And they're a really cool achievement to get them on the different tiers like that. These spaces back here are a bit weird and a little bit bare. They've just dropped some essentials in here because you need to have them in your camp, I guess? Yeah, I feel like it's these spaces back here. There's another one on the other side we'll see in a minute. Definitely need more doing to them. But they're not really the point of the build, are they? The point of the build is this incredible structure, which is really, really cool. If you look at the tiers on the stands there, obviously stands need to be in tiers, right? The actual doing of that must have taken a little bit of glitch work and a lot of patience, which is really, really cool. Head down towards the home plate here. Those things are slightly annoying, though. The guard posts that flicker there because they just sink into the ground, and it's not much you can do about it, but a bit of a pity. Okay, I might have gone for... I think there's usually a cage back there, isn't there? Kind of chain link fence type vibe. So, I don't know, maybe I'd have gone down that road. Don't know what you guys might think of that, but it would kind of create the image that I have in my head from films and stuff. So heading in here, we've got another space that is kind of empty. I do kind of wish I'd looked up a little bit to see and climbed up onto the stands to see how that had been done. I didn't, but it's interesting and impressive job. You see a little gap down at the back there because, as we can see over here, this back edge curves. I assume a curved corner opposite the home plate, or diagonally across from it rather, is a feature of a baseball stadium? Question mark? I don't know, but I am guessing, given the time and effort that has obviously gone into making this, that it is a feature. It's very, very cool. Interesting bit of merging going on there to create the various plates and the pitcher's mound there. I'm guessing those are white spring pieces of furniture, or possibly the little display pedestals, I don't know. But obviously we've got the home plate available, but not the other one, so really cool job. Nice little bit of colour contrast using the carpets there for the actual diamond. Scale is perhaps a tiny bit of a challenge on this, but camps do be doing that, don't they? And yeah, I thought this was a really, really impressive, really, really cool build. Especially structurally, I thought it was well worth showing off. So yeah, cool build. there we go. 3 very, very cool camps, and especially that last one that is quite a remarkable looking structure and really good fun. So hats off to everyone who has featured today. Hope you guys liked the video, and if you want to catch up with more camps, both through best builds and through my own builds, then do drop likes and subs. I very much appreciate. Hit that notification bell as well, and then you know when I upload. Social media links in the description, and channel memberships down below the video as well if you want to support the channel that way. I hugely appreciate it. And join us for live streams too. We are, of course, playing Fallout 76 and working our way through Avowed at the minute, which I've been thoroughly enjoying. And many people have been asking, but Atomfall is just around the corner as well, so I'm looking forward to playing that game as well. Lots of cool stuff coming up. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very soon.